All right, welcome everybody. This is episode number 2 of Ask a Serial Dater. So I just want to thank all the shy commenters who left a comment for me in my inbox, as opposed to leaving them below. But I will ask you now, and then I'll ask you at the end of the video to please leave a comment in the comment section, just asking your questions, because we all know it takes a village. I'm just kidding. But, if one person comments, then it'll lead other people to comment, which will please me so much, and I appreciate it. All right, so once again, this is Ask a Serial Dater, and I am Danny, and I am a former serial dater. And the reason why we're here is just to kind of talk about dating. I mean, let's have an interactive space where we talk about sort of how we navigate dating, where we are, where we want to be. And how we get there. So I'm just kind of giving my advice. I'm certainly not an expert, although I did go to school for marriage and family therapy. I did though, but I'm still not an expert. But because I'm still dating, I have a boyfriend, but we're dating each other, and I'm certainly not married nor engaged. So this is a forum for us to come together. All right, so I'm gonna just get to the first question. The first question is, how do I navigate the dating scene? It's kind of a loaded question. It really kind of depends on the type of person that you are, but I can give you, and it also depends on the city that you're in. But what I can do is give you guys an insight into what I did, and the kind of city that I'm from. I live in a big city, and so there's always lots of things to do. But the best thing is always trying to figure out where the people that you want to be around are going to be. And so part of my journey was just trying to figure out where I want to be. And first it started out in clubs, and then I realized that's not going to attract the type of people that I want to be around. Even though, you can have fun in a club, and a couple times a year, I just need to dance it out. I just need to get my groove on, and that's okay. And to be honest, well, I'll tell you my boyfriend and I's dating story later, but a party environment was part of it, although we did meet 2 times. So I'll tell you guys a little bit about that later. And if you guys want to know about my story about how me and my boyfriend Eric met, then do me a favor and hit the like button below. And leave a comment, and then I'll make a video telling you guys about my dating story. But anyway, back to the question, how do I navigate the dating scene? One of the things that I figured out was find out where the cool events are. If you want to be somewhere where everyone around you is primarily college educated, then try going to things where there's going to be people like that, or where the person who's throwing the party, maybe that person you went to school with, and they're throwing parties. So you know that most of those people will be people who are young professionals just like yourself. Another thing, I went to museums. For me, there's a special night in my city that Target actually hosts an event at a museum. And it is a huge event. There are so many people at this event. All kinds of people, young people, old people, black people, white people, and everybody in between. And it's a really good place to meet people. Another thing that I would do is if someone was having an art show, or if there was some kind of, cool kind of art thing happening, I made sure I was there. If there was something that was a fundraiser, I made sure I was there. Depending on the season, make sure that you show your face, because you're always going to find people, and you're always going to find different people at events that will bring out the most amount of people. So think about seasons. During Christmas time, there's always a Christmas party. Everybody, alumni chapters are having Christmas parties. Your married friends are hosting their Christmas parties, so you'll meet, single people there. Different organizations that are trying to raise funds are going to host Christmas parties. Your office is going to host Christmas parties. Go to your homeboy's office party, or go to your homegirl's office party. It's all good. You can do these kinds of things. And lastly, find somewhere that you can kind of be a local. Maybe you know, there's like a local bar that's kind of cool, where people, you know, go to have a good drink, and it's like cheap and it's not like a big deal, and you don't have to, you know, get dressed to the nines all the time. But go on a regular night. Like, don't go on the Friday or the Saturday night that everybody's there. Go on like a Monday night for Monday margaritas, or go on Tuesday or Wednesday. And you'll see a different kind of crowd there too. All right, so if you have any more questions, I hope I answered that one. You can go ahead and leave them in the comment box below. Next question, how do I get more dates? This one is very simple. I don't recommend it for the shy, for the weary, or for the awkward. Let me stop, because I'm a little awkward. So if you're awkward, you can try it. The simplest answer to how you get more dates is simply to say yes to more dates. One of the things that I did when I was single is that every time somebody asked me out, I said yes. And the reasoning, and it wasn't like, you know, the local black boy who's like, yo ma, let me talk to you for a second. Can I talk to you? No. I'm not about that life, and neither should you. But if you meet somebody and maybe they're not your type, but it's just good to practice. If they ask you out and they seem like a normal, nice person, take a chance. You might be surprised by the outcome. And if, you know, if it's not that hot, then that's okay. You just got a free meal. I'm just saying. And for fellas, like, okay, like, take it to Chipotle. Then you just spent $8, you know, on a chicken burrito. Like, call it a day. It's really not that big of a deal, but at least you have the practice of dating. Because a lot of times people don't know how to date when they actually get a date, and therefore things that could have gone better go horribly wrong just because you're out of practice. So it's all about saying yes. When you put more out there, you're going to automatically get more. And so it's also like true that when guys see women respond favorably to a guy who, you know, shows some initiative in approaching her, then they're more likely to approach you. Ladies, how many times have you been at the nightclub and you're looking at a guy and he's looking at you, and you're looking at him and he's looking at you, and here goes the end of the night, and you say no to all the guys and he still hasn't come up to talk to you? It's frustrating. And it's because he saw that you just said no. You shot down every other dude in the club, and he doesn't want to be that dude. So ladies, just start saying yes. Say yes. Everybody say it with me. Yes. 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 Good job. Give yourself a pat on the back. All right. Moving on. Next question. Let's see. I got 2 minutes left. How do I know if a guy or girl likes me? That's a tough question, but it's not really. You know, because they spend the time to let you know. They're going to be totally different than someone who doesn't like you. They're not going to call you after 10:30 p.m. They might text you during the day to see how you're doing. Maybe they'll hit you when you're walking in the door. They're trying to find out more about you. They want to see you, and not just after hours, not just on a Friday night, but they also want to see you on a Wednesday. They will invest the time that it takes to get to know you. They're not going to be someone who's in 1 week, out the next, in again, out the next 2 weeks. Like, this person who really likes you, they're consistent. And who he or she says that he or she is, like, that's who they are. They're consistent. They stay true to who they are. They mean what they say, and they say what they mean. And you'll just know. It's going to feel totally different. There are lots of, sorry guys. There are lots of people who are bored, and they're going to be like, hey, what's up? What's going on? Right? Like, that's not real conversation. That's just chit chat. And you have to be really wary of that, because when you have nothing going on, it's real easy to respond to that. But to be honest, you got to cut the bullshit out. Just cut it out. Like, if they're not really trying to engage in some real conversation, and every time you talk to that person, he has the same starter, then it's a wrap. So with that, I don't want this video to be any longer, but please leave your comments for next week down below. I have a few more things another question that I didn't get a chance to go to. But if you want to hear the answer to that question, go ahead and click the thumbs up button. I'll just give you the question. I'm over dating, but I want a significant other. What now? All right, so if you guys are interested in hearing that, go ahead and click the thumbs up. And please do subscribe. If you have any other questions for me, you can either send me a message to my inbox or you can write the comment below. All right, guys, can't wait to see you next week and can't wait to see the next questions that you have for me. Once again, this is Danny, and you have just asked a former serial dater. Bye.